Hi, I'm Jose Ceballos, NATCA's Director of Government Affairs.
And I'm Erin, NATCA's Deputy Director of Government Affairs.
The Government Affairs Department serves NATCA's membership by working to influence U.S. aviation policy. We do that by educating officials in Congress and in the executive branch on aviation policy and safety matters. We also educate them on other policy issues impacting our membership, such as federal employee issues and funding issues as well.
That's right. Our department leads a stellar political program that works to increase NATCA's visibility and influence. We collaborate with others in the aviation industry and with other labor unions. We also serve as subject matter experts in aviation, writing white papers and collaborating with others in the industry to conduct research on air traffic control issues.
Government Affairs also works with the National Legislative Committee, putting to work a strong coalition of grassroots activists across the country. NATCA members are an essential part of Government Affairs overall strategy, because they help educate our elected officials about NATCA's issues, and they do that as constituents and as subject matter experts. NATCAvists are able to personalize issues, helping members of Congress realize that real people, their constituents, are directly affected by their policy decisions.
NATCA has a strong legislative and political strategy, and the key is our consistent and continuous education and interactions with members of Congress. We regularly meet with staff and elected officials to discuss issues important to NATCA members. This relationship is vital because when a major issue or legislative crisis arises, NATCA already has a strong foundation in place.
And that's critical. For example, during the partial FAA shutdown in 2011, 4,000 employees, including 1,200 of NATCA's Region X bargaining unit members, were furloughed. NATCA called our members to action immediately, flooding congressional members' offices with emails, faxes, phone calls, and visits. The same occurred in October of 2013, during that 16-day federal government shutdown. On both accounts, NATCA succeeded in ending the shutdowns and securing back pay for our membership.
That's right, Jose. When sequestration first threatened the nation in December of 2012, NATCA was one of the first to release a detailed report on the potential effects sequestration could have on the aviation industry and the economy. NATCA led the call to action for other industry leaders to voice their concerns to Congress, and our union again embarked on a national legislative grassroots campaign. We succeeded in ending the sequester-related air traffic furloughs and stopped the FAA from closing federal contract and other towers throughout the country.
In February of 2012, NATCA's legislative efforts culminated in a much-needed new FAA reauthorization bill. That bill contained numerous NATCA provisions, including essential collective bargaining language, ensuring the FAA workforce would never again have work and pay rules imposed on them without a fair collective bargaining process.
In addition to these legislative crises, our department is working to prevent the passage of proposed legislation that could harm federal employees. Several members of Congress have been introducing bills that would increase the amount federal employees pay into their retirement funds, increase their health care contributions, and erode protections guaranteed by collective bargaining rights for public employees in states across the country.
Though the sequester furloughs are over for now, Government Affairs is still working with Congress on that issue. Understanding the sequestration is slated to last until 2023, we have been reminding key members of Congress and their respective staffs that air traffic control cannot be used as a pawn again in any future sequestration battles. Congress must avert any future sequestration-driven furloughs and tower closures. Additionally, we're focused on annual funding for government. As many of you know, the U.S. funds the federal government in one-year increments through individual funding bills. If Congress fails to pass an annual or temporary funding bill, then the government could conceivably shut down again. Our shop is already working with members and their staff to ensure that whichever way Congress goes on funding, the FAA needs to be funded properly. The bottom line being that the FAA requires stable funding in order for the workforce to continue increasing the safety and efficiency of our airspace.
As we enter the final month of NATCA Difference open season, Jose and I are proud to tell you that over 620 people have joined our growing family of NATCAvists. If you haven't joined us, we're asking you to consider it now. Just like we don't wait until there's a crisis to reach out to members of Congress, you shouldn't wait until you experience a problem or crisis at work to join NATCA.
August 15th marks the end of our open season, an event that happens only once every 2 decades. It's a time when you can join this organization without paying an initiation fee. Don't let that day go by without giving serious thought to the difference NATCA can make in your life and the difference you can make for your profession and personal life by joining us. Thank you.